Yo, what's going on? DeltaNien here, and as you can see in front of you, we have a breakfast food tier list. Now, breakfast is considered one of the most important meals of the day, so this is obviously one of the most important tier lists that I'm ever going to make. And without further ado, let's just hop right into it. First up on the list is apple juice. Now, I wouldn't consider apple juice a breakfast food in my personal opinion, but maybe there's something wrong with me. But apple juice is pretty good, so it's going in the B tier. Next up, we have banana. Now, banana, I wouldn't really classify it as breakfast particularly, but I know a lot of people who just have a banana for breakfast. And I gotta say, banana's gotta be S tier for that, because pretty much everything on this tier list, other than bananas, takes some amount of prep time. And bananas don't. Next is a breakfast burrito. Solid A tier. I mean, takes a little more work than most things, but it tastes pretty good, so we'll do that. Next we have rice. I wouldn't consider rice a breakfast item, so that's an F tier. Next up we have coffee. Coffee, start of most people's day. I'm not really a coffee fan, but I like iced coffee, so I'll put it in the solid A tier. Next is pastries. I don't really like having pastries for breakfast, so that's gonna be a C tier. Same goes for donuts. Next up, we have the English muffin. Now, the English muffin, in my opinion, isn't that great alone, but if you use it to make some sort of breakfast sandwich, English muffins have a really interesting texture and taste, so for that, it's going in solid B tier. Next is French toast. Now, I personally, myself, am not a big French toast fan. In fact, between pancakes, French toast, and waffles, it's the lowest. So for that, it's going to be B tier. Fruit salad, solid A tier. Can't go wrong with a fruit salad. Just keep honeydew out of my fruit salad. And what was the other one? Cantaloupe. Get that out of my fruit salad. Grits. I'm not a fan of grits, sorry. I mean, I can eat them, I guess, but no. By the way, me putting rice in F tier doesn't mean I don't like rice. It's just not a breakfast item in my opinion. Next up we have ham. Breakfast ham is interesting, but not interesting enough to get out of B tier, sorry. Next up we have our first instance of eggs on the tier list. Hard-boiled eggs. Now, hard-boiled eggs, I don't too frequently eat them, but I am a fan of them, so I think every iteration of egg is B or higher. Hash browns. Now, hash browns, I know a lot of people love hash browns, probably in their S tier, not my S tier. The regular hash browns, like when you go to like a traditional place like Denny's or IHOP, those hash browns are probably my favorite, as opposed to like Burger King or McDonald's that have like this big chunk of a hash brown, I guess. No, I'm not really a fan of those. I end up getting tired of it, so yeah, hash browns A tier. Next is avocado toast. I don't like avocado, so that's not really fair. Had it just been toast, definitely S tier. Bacon, S tier. Come on, don't play with me. Crepes, crepas, whatever, D tier. Not really what I want to start my breakfast off with. Sorry. Next up we have croissants. Breakfast croissant sandwiches are goated, so for that, S tier. Even though I wouldn't eat a croissant for breakfast. Bagels, A tier, for the same reason. I wouldn't eat a bagel for breakfast, but a bagel sandwich, I probably would. I guess I could try a bagel and a croissant for breakfast, but I haven't. Banana bread. Of the sweet items that we had so far, I actually like banana bread more than them, so That's gonna be a B tier. Biscuits, good for breakfast sandwiches, not so good on their own. C tier. Potatoes. These are like little square potatoes. Pretty seasoned. I personally am not a big fan of these most of the time. They're too soggy, but when they're made right, they're pretty good, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Next is breakfast sandwich, gotta be S tier. Let's be for real. Cereal, gotta be S tier. Let's not even think about it. Chicken and waffles, I mean, you just want lunch. Be for real. That's a C tier item. Cinnamon rolls, be A tier. I'm a really big fan of cinnamon rolls. My main problem with cinnamon rolls is that the frosting is never as much frosting as I want, so that's what keeps it out of the S tier for me personally. Next up on the tier list, we have a muffin, which is going in the D tier. I don't like muffins. Similarly, oatmeal, D tier. Omelets. Of the egg, I think that's the worst form, so that's gonna be a C tier for me. When it comes to breakfast drinks, orange juice is a staple, so that's gonna be an S tier for me. I love me some orange juice. Next we have over easy eggs. I call it fried eggs. That's an A tier for me. My second favorite egg. And if you look at the tier list ahead, spoilers, you know what my favorite type of egg is. Pan de la chocolate, I don't know what that is. F tier. Pancakes. We'll skip for now. Parfait. I really like a parfait in the morning. That's gonna be an A tier for me. Pop-Tarts. I don't really like a Pop-Tart in the morning. That's a C tier. Quiche. Never had quiche. Raisin bread. Not great. A D tier. Breakfast sausage. Now, breakfast sausage is interesting because if I make it at home, I usually like it. But if I go out to eat, it's not really the best because it's usually like maple sausage, and I don't really like maple sausage. So for that, I think I'll put it in B tier. Next up is scones. I've never had a scone. Do I look British to you? No. Smoothies, I wouldn't really consider that a breakfast item, but I do like smoothies, so that's an A tier for me. Next up, we have the strudel. I don't know what a strudel is, sorry. So that's gonna be F tier. Tea, I don't like tea, F tier. Toast, I love toast, S tier. Pancakes, pancakes are great, S tier. Toaster strudels, I've never had a strudel, I've never had a toaster strudel. Sorry, that's an F tier. Waffles, B tier, not as good as pancakes. Debate me on that if you want. Scrambled eggs, skip for now. Yogurt, like I said with the parfait, pretty much, not pretty much the same thing. Parfait has like fruits and nuts, but yogurt is an integral part to a parfait, and yogurt is pretty good. I guess I've never myself had yogurt for breakfast, but I don't see why not. That's an A tier. Scrambled eggs, that's my favorite breakfast item. That's S tier, all the way at the top. And this is my finished breakfast tier list. So if you agree with me, tell me how right I am in the comments. And if you disagree with me, maybe reconsider a couple of your life choices. And with that being said, this is DeltaNien out. Peace.